Do you know how much a year daycare costs? The average is $12,000 a year. That's how much, $12,000. That's baby talk for that's expensive. If I could afford to have kids, I would have kids. I would have a whole little village of young whites because that's my last name. Now, you might not be interested in having kids, but if people aren't having kids because they can't afford them, then our population won't grow. If our population doesn't grow, then it's going to be hard for our economy to grow. So I'm going to figure out how to afford kids. These kids are super cute, but they have no idea how much they're draining their parents' bank accounts. It's gonna cost them approximately $282,000 just to raise this little one from birth to age 18. Maybe that's why American birth rates are at an all-time low. Since 2007, they've dropped 10%. So think about it. If you wanna have kids, how do you pay for them? Carmen Rita Wong is the author of 2 best-selling financial advice books, a former professor of behavioral economics at NYU, and a mom, so I want her advice. A toast to what will be a great time. If I could afford to have kids right now, I would. I'm 23, get to grow up with my kid, still young enough to slap box swimming and all that good stuff. But that said, I can afford my expenses. I can afford my mom's expenses. That's my responsibility right now. Right. Anything else would throw a monkey wrench in what I'm doing right now. So when's the right time to have a kid?
When you want one. Period. Don't forget that this is a human being. And what you want to get this kid and how much it's going to cost really depends on you.
For my mom's generation and for her parents and my pops' parents, it was easier to raise a kid cost-wise.
Our incomes have stayed the same for 20 years, but the costs of living shot through the roof. So the financial strain of having kids for your generation is bigger than ever, which is why we see the birth rate going way down, why we see the age people are getting married and people are having children go way up.
What does something like that do to our economy?
The population growth is going to go down and we are going to live a lot longer. So things are going to have to change because we're not going to have the population to support the older folks,
So then how do you make it work?
You have to see the people around you as your community and as your network. There's a thing in behavioral economics called the psychic cost. When you're stressed out as a parent, if you have this network and this community around where you can say, you know what, I need a minute. Can you take my kid? If you lessen the strain of having a kid, the psychic costs around you, you'll make better financial decisions.
I like Carmen's advice. The community she's describing reminds me a lot of the one that I was raised in. Now I'm going back to chat with Nanika and Andres, real-life experts. Thank you guys for opening your home to us. You all have 4 kids. Were they planned?
Well, we planned on going out that night. And
okay. And then just ended up with a baby.
We knew we wanted a big family.
Okay.
But we did not say, well, we're going to do this and hope 9 months from now that we have a bundle of joy.
When it was crunch time, it's going to happen. How did you prepare?
You worked a lot of overtime.
A lot of overtime.
The hustle is real in this household.
The hustle is real.
Did you do anything to cut back on your expenses?
We were a 2-car household for a very long time, but we decided to cut back and get rid of 1 car. Vacations. God, vacations.
Oh, man.
Do you ever miss them?
We take lots of staycations.
Right.
As a couple, the kids get to go away a lot more than we do.
How important has networking been with you guys in raising your family?
You want to build relationships because for those times when he's working or I'm at work, you have to rely on other parents to help be friendly because you never know.
You just never know who you're gonna meet.
Thank you very much. I've taken some notes from 2 awesome parents. As we make delicious but affordable tacos, it sinks in. There's no silver bullet or magic app that makes kids affordable. What I hear from Carmen and Nika and Andres is get ready to hustle harder, make bigger sacrifices. And while you're at it, try to make some friends because you're gonna need them. If you're like me, then you don't like asking people for help. I get it. But if the way to afford kids is being a better friend to your neighbor, then I'm okay with that.